What's up, guys? RyHo here yet again with another movie review. And this one, as you saw in my last video, I asked some people for some suggestions. And this was one from Joe the Guru, the movie guru himself, Movie Guru 1, who you should definitely check out, by the way. And he asked me to take a look at the slasher flick Intruder. I'm aware that Ramboraph did a review of this, and so did Joe himself. I have not watched those because I didn't want to ruin the movie for myself, and I only just watched it last night for the first time. I will link those over here, so you can go check them out. And you should definitely do that, either before or after this one. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. This is what I have to say about the film. I guess we'll get right into it. It is directed by Scott Spiegel, written and directed by Scott Spiegel, and he also makes a cameo as the bread man in the movie. Who, if you don't know who Scott Spiegel is, sort of a guy, a little bit of a, I don't know, he's a name in horror, I guess. He's written Dustle Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money, which, give or take that one. But he's also, he wrote Evil Dead 2, which was, of course, directed by Sam Raimi, or at least he co-wrote it or something. And he's in Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 as Fake Shemp. I think he's done some other stuff along the way. I know he's been in, like, Spider-Man 2. I get a cameo in that for Sam and stuff like that. And that's why you see Sam Raimi, Ted Raimi, and Bruce Campbell in this film. Sam plays the butcher guy. Ted plays the produce guy, and Bruce Campbell has like a 30-second cameo at the very end of the film as a cop, which he does only as Bruce Campbell can. So yeah, it's sort of that brotherhood, whatever it is that they have, those guys. He's involved in that sort of thing, and you can sort of see that style in this film. There's a lot of shots in this. It's really shot really quirky but cleverly and really cool in this film. He does a lot of shots. He does the POV thing that Sam Raimi does in the Evil Dead ones, where, you know, in Evil Dead he did these really fast, like, POV shots where it's going through the woods. This isn't like that, but it's POV stuff, sort of. You know, it might be from the view of a shopping cart, which he does a few too many times. I didn't like that one. But he does some really cool little shots. One that really stood out for me was this one where blood drips onto a light bulb, and the light from the bulb sort of projects, and with the blood like leaking onto it. So it was a really cool shot. He does all kinds of cool little things like that, which I really liked about it. Storyline-wise, it follows actress Elizabeth Cox, who plays Jennifer. She's sort of she's cashier at the shop at the supermarket sort of thing. The whole film takes place in the supermarket, and her ex-boyfriend, who actually, I guess, committed a murder a while back and just got out of prison, comes looking for her. He's a psychopath, you know, he's stalking her kind of thing. And he, you know, they kind of kick his ass with this really hilariously goofy looking fight. And they call the cops and stuff on him, and they kick him out, and they lock the doors. And they sort of assume he's gone away. He keeps calling and stuff like that, but they just keep doing their work. See, the whole movie sort of falls around these guys that work at the supermarket that are like the night crew, which was actually an original title for the film, which was changed because they wanted it to be more of a generic slasher name to sell it better. So originally it was called Night Crew, it came out as Intruder. But anyway, yeah, it sort of follows around them just doing their night shift stuff, and as they go around, they're being killed one by one, and the question is, you know, is it her psycho ex-boyfriend that's killing them all? He is a murderer after all. So it's sort of a whodunit in that way, which I'll get into in a bit. Next thing I wanted to talk about was definitely the kills. The kills are very well done, and not shockingly, because this film has K&B on it. It doesn't come up as K&B. I think they put their names actually on it. It's K&B though. Kurtzman, Nicotero, and Berger. And it definitely shows. At first I found the kills actually really sort of generic and cutaway, and I was really sort of annoyed by it, but it's only the first couple, I guess, sort of to cut your teeth. After a while, some of them are really great effects. There's some really cool effects in this movie, guys. You definitely have to check it out for that. Some really inventive, I guess, stuff. I mean, they're in a supermarket. There's lots of sharp objects in the butcher area of the supermarket, so you get to see some really, really cool kills down the line. Um, and all in all, it's touted actually as the last great slasher of the '80s because it came out in '89, although I think it was filmed in '87. I think it definitely. That hair in there was driving me nuts. Don't know about you guys, but that was driving me nuts. But it definitely fits the bill. Although, like I said, it doesn't stack up maybe with a lot of the great slashers that are out there, but it has really great moments, a really great '80s feel, has awesome music. I really like the music in this movie. It really went above and beyond the music department. Really creepy synths, really throwback kind of stuff. It feels like an '80s slasher film, and although I found it a little slow to start, and I found just the way the story plays out a little weird, like, because, it's right off the hop, this guy comes in and starts harassing this girl, and they kick his ass and throw him out, and then they just keep moving on with their night, and the night just keeps going from there. It's just it seemed kind of awkward how that played out, but in the end, it sort of plays into it. Because, like I said, it's sort of, is he the killer? Is somebody else the killer? So, all in all, I can't say enough about it. I thought it was a great slasher film that you should definitely check out by any means that you can. I know it's out on a director's cut DVD, which I'm actually going to talk about right now, because one thing about this movie that I heard about and I wanted to look into is that the original VHS that Paramount put out, fuck you Paramount, that they put out a while back, and I think, from what I heard, an original DVD too, but at least the VHS, and also the old trailers, totally show who the killer is, unapologetically, and totally sort of take the tension out of the film. And in looking for that cover art, because I was thinking about maybe showing you guys, then I was like, then I'd ruin the movies on you, so I didn't want to, but I couldn't even find it to show it to you. So I went looking just at stuff, and I found this. This is the DVD art that's on the box right now, and I'm posted up. And I'm going to talk about it for a second. As you can see, it's sort of a generic cover, but it's really cool. It shows a guy with an axe, and it's almost like he's coming out of a doorway. It's pretty cool. Another funny thing about it is that they, show Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi right on it to try and sell it, when in reality, Bruce Campbell has a 30-second appearance, and Sam Raimi sort of is he doesn't have much of a role. He's in it very little, talks very little, has a pretty cool little kill scene and stuff, or death scene. And of course, they have to show the producer doing the stuff that he does. But if you look at the back art, you'll see a picture, bottom right corner, and it's a picture of the main girl, as I said, Elizabeth Cox, and in front of it is a picture of Bruce Campbell that they clearly photoshopped in. As you can see, looks like he's wearing a suit, or like a suit jacket. He's a cop in the movie. Wears like a black or a navy blue cop uniform. That does not happen in the movie. They photoshopped his face over on top of a picture of her from the movie to put him on the back there. And then when you read the stuff there, it's 10 p.m. The night before Walnut Lake's neighborhood supermarket closes. It stores forever. By the way, Walnut Lake is in Michigan, and it's actually where Scott Spiegel's from. Ace Chocolate Girl, Jennifer, played by Lethal Weapon's Renee Estevez. No. Renee Estevez, as you might remember from, God, is she in, which one is it? It's Sleepaway Camp 2, I think. I might be mistaken about that, but it's one of the sleepaway camps. Anyway, she's in that. She's her friend in the movie. She's not Jennifer. Jennifer is played by Elizabeth Cox. I don't know what the hell that's about. This is just like the worst DVD cover ever. And, it's funny because they had this controversy about the original VHS one ruining who the killer is. And in this one, they've sort of just fucking botched the whole show on that too. So it's kind of funny. I just wanted to maybe show you guys that. But don't let it detract you from the movie. It is a very cool, last of the 80s slasher film. Do I think it stacks up? Not as much. I don't like it as much as the other ones, but like I said, I was sort of bored at the start of it and sort of found it hard to settle into. But it ends up having great kills, some funny stuff. There's some funny stuff woven into the, some of the lines. It almost borders on a little bit of comedy at some point. There's some quirky stuff written in there too. It's not the best written, it's not the best acted, but it's an 80s slasher film. It's not about that. It's about the kills, and K&B definitely deliver in some of those kills, man. Some of them are very cool. And another cool thing is some of the setups they do with the bodies afterwards. The killer in this is total fucking lunatic, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, anyway. that is my review of Intruder. Joe, I hope you enjoyed it. And as I said before, guys, Movie Guru 1, you have to check him out. I'll also put Ramboraph's review on here. I'm actually going to watch those right now and see what they're like. But yeah, you should check out their reviews. And let me know what you think of mine down in the comments. And as I said from that last video I did a while back there, and I got all those great comments with all kinds of ideas. It's been awesome. I'm going to try and do as many as I can, guys. I did this one first because I went to get another movie and found this and picked it up, and I just really enjoyed it, so I want to talk about it. But yeah, that is Intruder, and that's my review. Talk to you later. Peace.